Hi, it's Cindy here, and we have been talking about children and divorce this week. And I want to sort of wrap this up today by discussing some different, just kind of a hodgepodge of things that have come to me since yesterday. If you are going through a divorce or you know children who are facing this right now that you are supportive of, you really might want to watch this week's series because there's a lot of excellent content, I think, and some common things to look for, some common reactions to divorce, how to help them, some circumstances to really be aware of. So I will just wrap up by sharing a few additional points. One question that's come up this week is, do we stay married even though it's not the best, or do we get a divorce? Which is better for the children? That's like the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? And my response to that is, it depends. And what I really want you to focus on is in what way am I best able to model the life I hope they choose to live themselves? How can I model a happy, healthy, meaningful life to my children? And if you can do that in the context of staying married, then wonderful. That's wonderful. If you can, I would strive for that and keep things going, as best as you can. But if you think that by getting a divorce, you are going to be better able to model a happy, healthy, meaningful life to the children, then you might want to consider it. If you just don't see there's any way that you can show a happy, healthy life in the context of your marriage, then you really might want to consider divorce. A lot of people stay married until the children graduate from high school, until the last child's gone. Many parents do this. For that reason, they think, well, we'll get the kids raised, then we'll get a divorce. But we're going to stay together until they graduate. It's one of the highest periods of time in a divorce in America is either the first 2 years of the marriage, very early, first couple years, or like 20 to 25 years, and it's the highest rate number of divorces happen when the last kid leaves home. So I know there's a lot of belief and support around the idea that the children are better off if we stick it out, if we stick it out, if we stick it out. And I get it in a lot of ways. It's less disruptive in a lot of ways. But if they're seeing, if a lot of what they're seeing or feeling is tension at home, stress, an unhealthy, ambivalent relationship between their parents, then that might be backfiring for you, because even though you don't mean for it to. Because what you're doing, whatever it is, what the two of you are doing, you are teaching them about marriage. You are teaching them about family life. You are teaching them about relationships, partnerships between two people. And whatever you're showing them is what they are taking in as their primary example of what that looks like. And that's what they will go seek later. Because on an unconscious level, they'll want to find what's familiar to them, which is whatever you're doing. And so if it's not good, if it's not healthy, that's what they'll be likely seeking themselves unconsciously. So I would ask yourself, can I model for them the life I hope they choose to live someday, and stay married and do that? Or is there a better chance I can do that if I leave this marriage? And have that be more of how you muddle through that decision. Okay, grown children that are out of the house and you're divorced. They're on with their lives. They're doing their thing. They might be married themselves. Or they're in college, or they're working their jobs, or they're in the military, or they're traveling, or whatever they are doing. They are grown. It is their decision now where they spend their time when. When they see you, it's because they want to see you. Who they spend Christmas with is their decision. Who they go on vacations with, if they go on vacations, is their decision. You can no longer control this, you and your ex-spouse. So you must learn to let them go and let them decide and manage it. whether you like their decisions or not. And so, there's no more of this, well, you had them last Thanksgiving, so I get them this Thanksgiving. That's over with. Unless for any reason the court-ordered divorce agreements spill into life after high school graduation, which sometimes they do financially for college or health insurance reasons. So if there are continued legal agreements, of course, you must honor them. But if there is none of that left post 18 years of age or high school graduation age, then you are on your own with your children. You have a relationship with your children when you see each other, what financial support you give them, if any, or any other kind of support, and things like that. And then your ex-spouse has a relationship with them. So it's separate. You don't even have to mix anymore. Let's say, for example, one of your children is getting married. There's a wedding to plan. There's a wedding to pay for. Technically, you and your ex-spouse do not have to have a conversation about this if you don't want to. You really don't, because the grown child, should have individual conversations with each of you. Hey, Mom, my wedding's going to cost $10,000. What, if anything, would you like to contribute to that? Or, hey, Dad, my wedding's going to cost $10,000. What, if anything, would you like to contribute to that? Or, whatever. Those can be managed, and college education costs, all of it. If there aren't any legal agreements anymore, let the adult children be the adult children and manage that with each of you individually. You do not have to make it happen for them by working with the ex-spouse. It's nice whenever you can be respectful and cordial and kind, and if the ex-spouse wants to have a conversation with you, you can manage that very maturely, whether you engage in it or not, because you do not have to agree anymore on how you're going to manage these things. You don't have to. You don't have to agree. If you want to give $5,000 toward the wedding and pay half of it, great. But if the other spouse doesn't want to pay the other half, that's fine too. That's not your business anymore. It's okay. You have your life and he or she has their life. So remember to let the adult children be the adults and ask for what they need, or approach each of you for what they need, and not expect you to work as a team directly anymore. It's not necessary, and unless there's extreme circumstances. Okay? I think one of the most important things you can do with children as well in a divorce at any time is take some time for yourself after the divorce, before you start dating again, introducing them to potential spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, live in, before you move somebody in, get married again. Take a breath. Give yourself a chance to heal from your divorce. Take some time to reflect on how the marriage was, how you showed up in the marriage, who you were in the marriage, and how you want to be different from now on in your relationships, your partnerships with other people. And give yourself a chance to kind of process all of that, while at the same time you're adjusting your new life. You're managing your finances, your career, learning how to do everything at home, being responsible for everything, still raising children perhaps, and figuring out who are my friends and what's my social life going to be now, and what hobbies do I want to engage in when I have a chance, and those kind of things. And find and establish yourself as a happy, healthy, single, divorced person who has a really meaningful life. Get there first. Get healthy and happy and free of your guilt and having forgiven yourself, and move through as much of that as possible so you are ripe and ready for dating. So you're ready to call in people in your life, to your life, that will be very healthy for you to spend time with. Giving yourself that chance really, really is wonderful for you, and it gives the kids a chance also to make this new adjustment. Okay, our parents aren't married anymore. We live here sometimes, we live there sometimes. Okay, what else is different? Okay, now the rules at mom's are this, the rules at dad's are this. and kind of get adjusted, give them a chance to get adjusted to the fact that you two are not a couple together anymore, even though you're co-parenting, before you start going, oh, hey, by the way, here's this person and they're going to move in and we're going to get married and oh, that's a whole other set of issues that come. If you move someone in, that's a whole other set of issues. If you get married again, that's a whole other set of issues, especially if there are children from that person's marriage. And now we have stepsisters, stepbrothers, we have 4 schedules, not just 2. So give yourselves a chance to reestablish and be very comfortable in your single life first, and give the kids a chance to be more comfortable with the new scenario in the family before you add yet another something to deal with. Okay? Let's see. Okay. So above all, no matter what age the kids are and all throughout their lives, give them lots and lots of reassurance that you're there for them, that you're absolutely there for them and you love them and you're in it for the long haul with them, and that no matter what, you're going to be there for them and you'll do your best to be a reliable, dependable, healthy parent, and reassure them a lot. At the same time, give them space from your consuming love, space from, having to have a certain relationship with you. They've got a process to go through too. And so anyway, I hope this series has been really helpful. I know it is a daunting thing to go through a divorce and then to help children through it. But every effort you can make to support them and to be as cooperative and mature as possible in dealing with your ex throughout the process, that is a huge gift to your children, huge. And if they can see you happy and healthy in your life, then they will be happy and healthy in their life. They will follow your lead. So lead well, and I wish you all the best. I really, really do. And I'm telling you, I'm 5 years post-divorce, and I've never been happier in my life. I truly never have been happier than I am right now. And so anything is possible for you. There really is life after divorce for you and your children. God bless you.